Hey guys, it's Pinkstar. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another haul video for you. This is all the books that I purchased from the beginning of December through to the end of February. Some of these are Christmas presents, and there's some ARC books as well as some Kindle purchases, and yeah, there's quite a few. For some reason, I feel like every time I do one of these hauls, I don't really realise how big the haul is, and it's slightly worrying because I really shouldn't be having this many books, especially because I can't even read this many books in 3 months. So how I am acquiring this many in 3 months is beyond me, but it is what it is, and it makes these videos fun anyway because I love a good haul video myself, and I hope you guys like this video too. So here we go. I'm going to start off with all my physical books, and I'm going to go from like December through to February, and then I'll go through all my Kindle books and then my ARC books. Alright, starting off with my physical books that I got in December, I purchased the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I was actually really lucky to get hold of this one because a lot of the new ones have the like now Netflix sticker on them, and these ones don't, which is awesome. I'm so happy about that because it's really annoying when they have that sticker on. So I got all three. I haven't heard the best things about this series. I think maybe it's quite young adult, and that's like what most people's issue is. I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, it's been made into a TV show that I haven't watched because I want to read this first. And I mean, I really liked Leigh Bardugo's other works. Like, I love Ninth House. I loved Crooked Kingdom and Six of Crows. So yeah, hopefully I like them. We shall see. Alright, next up we have Heart of the Sun Warrior. I have already read this book since purchasing this in December, and I did enjoy this one, not as much as the first one. I do love this book though, it's so pretty. I did damage it though. Yeah, there's a few marks and things on the spine, unfortunately, because I was an idiot and I was reading this outside and I fell over, completely grazed my shoulder and damaged my book at the same time. So yeah, that's a shame, but I do love this so much and it looks really pretty on my shelf. Alright, the next book that I purchased in December was one that I absolutely love. It's so pretty, and it was a special edition. I think it's actually one of the few special editions that I have. And it's Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree, and this is the broken binding edition. So it has these really cute sprayed edges with the teacups and the swords, and obviously it's like pink, and it's just so cute. And the hardcover is like so pretty, stunning. Like, I love it so much. I haven't read this yet. I am really looking forward to it. It's one of my like most looking forward to reading book, but I'm nervous to read at the same time because I've heard so many good things and I'm worried that it's not going to live up to its expectations, well, to the expectations that I'm setting for it. But yeah, it's actually not as long as I thought it was going to be, but yeah, so cute. Love this edition so much, and I just found out that he's releasing another book coming out at the end of this year, so hopefully Broken Binding do an edition of that as well, because I'll have to purchase it to match. Alright, next is the only book that is not a fantasy, and it's a sci-fi book, and I got this one as part of my Oasis Sense advent calendar unboxing, and it was just a second-hand book that they put in all of their calendars, and this one is Do You Dream of Terra 2? And I am really looking forward to giving this a read. It sounds really good. It says, have you ever hoped you could leave everything behind? Have you ever dreamt of a better world? Can a dream sustain a lifetime? And it's about an astronomer who discovered an Earth-like planet orbiting a nearby star and predicted that one day humans would travel there to build a utopia. Today, 10 astronauts are leaving everything behind to do so. So yeah, seems really interesting, so I'm quite looking forward to reading this one. Alright, next we have my first ever Brandon Sanderson collection. We have Mistborn Era 1, so I've got The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension, and Hero of Ages, and I have just started The Final Empire. I was actually supposed to read this in February and I didn't end up reading it, and it's now beginning of March, so currently on this one, and yeah, so far so good. Hopefully I do like the series. I mean, everybody talks about how fantastic this is, and I can't see it not being good, in my opinion, but we'll see. Alright, and lastly for my December items was my Christmas present from my mom and dad, and it is the Throne of Glass collection. It's so massive I can't even put it in the screen. Yeah, the whole Throne of Glass collection. I just loved the white book, so I'm really happy that I got this set. I have already read all of them like a few years ago. I just have them on Kindle, I didn't have them physical, so I wanted to get them so that I have all of the Sarah J Maas books eventually. So yeah. Alright, January I purchased some secondhand books. I got the Nevernight series from one of my friends. So yeah, we've got Nevernight, Dark Dawn, and God's Grave, and they're in really spectacular condition for secondhand books, so love that, and they just look really pretty like all together. I'm super excited to give this a read. Yeah, hopefully I like it. I've heard some good things, I've heard some not so good things. Some people love this, some people don't. I don't know. I've also got J. Kristoff's other book, the Empire of the Vampire, on my Kindle that I still need to read as well. And if I like that, I'll probably end up getting that as a physical copy, but yeah, I just think these look really pretty on my shelf. Right, I also bought another second-hand book in January, and that was The Final Strife by Sarah El-Arifi. I loved this book when I read the ARC last year, so I really wanted to get a physical copy, and I wanted the hardcover. We can't seem to get the hardcover here in New Zealand. I don't know why. I've looked everywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere. And somebody had the Waterstones edition for sale for $15. So yeah, on Facebook Marketplace. So I purchased this, and it's actually in really good condition. I'm really happy with it. It has these really cool like end papers as well. So yeah, super happy to have this in my collection. I've actually pre-ordered the Waterstones edition for the second book. Obviously that's going to be a lot more expensive than the $15 I paid for this one, but it'll be cool to have them matching. We still haven't actually seen the cover of the second book, so I'm not even sure what it looks like. I'm hoping it's going to be blue, like the opposite of the US editions. That'd be cool. Alright, and lastly, in January, I got Ninth House, but I got the hardback Barnes & Noble edition, and I also got Hellbent, the exclusive Barnes & Noble Red edition. I really like this one, so yeah, I got them. They look really nice on my shelf together, so that's why I really wanted to get them matching, because here in New Zealand I only had the small paperback edition, and it's like the UK version with the colourful snake. I don't know, I just wanted them to be like matching, so had this pre-ordered, had to purchase this one to match. The struggles of a book collector, but anyway, really happy with those. Alright, so that is it for all the physical books that I've purchased. So now we're going to move on to Kindle purchases. I feel like my Kindle purchases are always kind of high because I always get them when they're like on special. So I end up getting like real good bargains, and you know, if I see something that's like a couple of dollars that I really want and it's on special, it's like 80% off, I'm going to purchase it. So yeah, that's kind of the situation with Kindle purchases. So first off, we have Fevered Star by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is the second book to Black Sun. Also haven't read that, but I own it, so yeah, got that one. Next up we have Shadow Kissed. I can't remember if this is the second book or the first book in the series. I think it's the first book. Anyway, I picked this one up because also it was on special. Next was one that I was contemplating getting on physical copy of because it's just a really pretty cover, and that's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. Yeah, it's stunning, and I've heard it's like about gaming people, like it's like a love story, sort of life story with two people who are like gamers or game developers or something. I don't know, but it sounds right up my alley, and I am really looking forward to reading this. Next we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. What more do I need to say? I need to read this. And last in December I got Empath's Lure. I think this was only $1 when I purchased it, so couldn't resist. In January, of course, I got Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. Absolutely love this, 5 out of 5. Can't wait for the next special project to come out, but I will be getting these every quarter, so this was the first one. Loved it. I then purchased Mother of Learning. This was only $1.60 when I purchased it. This is the first book, I think, in a trilogy. The other two are out. I should have probably purchased them at the same time when they were that cheap, because now they're like $10 each. Yeah, so I'll probably just wait until they go back on special and then purchase them. Or what I really should do is just read this book first and then decide if I actually like the series before purchasing the rest. Because I have a habit of just purchasing the whole thing and then realising that I don't actually like it that much, and then I'm stuck with the whole series. I don't know why I do that to myself, but I do. Speaking of getting a whole series, I picked up the Air Awakens series. So this is like a whole collection that was $1. So yeah, had to get it. Yeah, I think there's a lot of books in January that were on special, so I ended up purchasing quite a few that were on my wish list for Amazon, and I was like, cool, it's on special, I'll just pick it up now, why not? So yeah, I've got this whole series. I don't know when I'll get around to reading it, but I do have it. I also picked up Verity by Colleen Hoover when this was like $2. I've heard some really good things about this one. I didn't really like It Ends With Us. It was okay, it wasn't like amazing. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll like this or not, but this is apparently more like a thriller than like a love story, which yeah, sounds quite appealing. I don't know, we'll see. And lastly, in January, I got Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I've been wanting this for a long time, and this was on sale for I think $4.95, $5, something like that. So I picked this one up. I just have a feeling that I'm really gonna like this. And also she just brought out a novella to this book that I kind of want to read, so I want to read this and then I'll probably pick up that as well. And moving on to February, this was Faro Feb, so I did pick up a couple of fantasy romance, first being Married to Scandal, which is actually on my March TBR, so I will be reading this one this month. I also got Nutcracker of Crystalfall. I think this is like a Nutcracker retelling of some sort. Seems like something I'd want to read around Christmas time, but I did pick it up because it was free. I also picked up Blood Mercy in February. This one seems really good, another fantasy romance. And last for February is not a fantasy romance. It is Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. I've heard so many good things about this series. Like, everybody's saying it's amazing. So yeah, I really just need to read it. And if I love it, I may end up getting it on physical, because it is like an indie book. It's a little bit harder to get hold of, but there are like some, like the Broken Binding's been doing some additions and things, so yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I do love it. Alright, moving on to ARC books that I received in December. I got Daughters of the Ishtar, which I have read and I really enjoyed. I also got City of Nightmares, which I haven't read yet, but I really need to get around to a reading since it's already out. I got The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. This one, I'm still not 100% sure what I read. Yeah, it's interesting. Wow. My review for this will be up in my February wrap up. I also got The Art of Prophecy, even though this book is already out. NetGalley had a copy of it, so yeah, I managed to pick that up and I'm looking forward to giving this a read because I've heard some really good things. In January I got God Killer by Hannah Kenner, and I actually wanted to get the special edition from Waterstones, but I missed it. So when I got this art copy, I was quite happy that I can just read it and see if I actually like it before I go purchasing any sort of physical copy anyway. I'm really terrible when it comes to just buying books without even thinking if I'm going to like them or not. But I just love the cover. It's really pretty. What can I say? I also got Song of Silver, Flame Like Night, which I'm really looking forward to reading. I need to pick this one up. Probably next month, maybe I'll read this one. And the last one for January was The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi, which is another one that I really want to read. This is like a parody sort of fantasy story, so yeah, I think that's going to be really good. And in February I got The Foxglove King. This one just looks really good. I'm not 100% sure what it's even actually about now that I can't remember, but we shall see. I also got Dragonfall. This one doesn't come out till like the middle of the year, so I've got a wee while to read this one. But yeah, it seems really good. I love dragons, so. I also got Love Theoretically that I'm really looking forward to. I've heard really good things about all of Ellie Hazelwood's books. Yeah, they're super popular, so I feel like I really need to read them, but getting an ARC of this is a good place to start, I guess. And lastly, I got Where the Sky Burns by Gillian Grant. This is on my March TBR. It is the final book in the Blood of Eth series, and I can't wait to find out what happens in this ending. Hopefully it sticks the landing. We shall see. Alright, so that is it for all of the books that I purchased between December and end of February. March is my birthday month, so I'll probably get some new books in March. I do have some books coming, as I said, as well, so yeah, there's bound to be another book haul coming soon. I might do one every couple of months, like 2 to 3 months, just so that we don't get too many books in one haul. But yeah, who knows? Some months I just don't purchase many, and then other months I purchase a lot. Depends on what books are coming out, you know? Also, I'm really hoping I can get on to the Broken Bindings subscription. They got a tier 2 subscription coming out on my birthday. So fingers crossed for that, because that'd be awesome. I really like the quality of their books and I'd love to be on their subscription list, but it's really hard to get on. Apparently there's like an 8-year waiting list, and I went on the waiting list near the beginning of last year, I think. So yeah, I don't know, I might not even make it on to the tier 2 list. We shall see. Depends how many people they are leading on to that. But anyway, that is it for this video. If you did like it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and post a comment down below and let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought, and if there's any that in particular that you really want me to read ASAP, because then I can prioritize that for one of my upcoming TBRs. So yeah, make sure to let me know. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll catch you all in my next one. Bye.